friend, and welcome back to another episode of Organizing with Ease. If you're new here, I'm Deanna Mull, your host, and your guide to simplifying your home and your life one small, doable step at a time. And if you've been with me all month, welcome to the final episode of our January Momentum series. I cannot believe we've already made it through 4 weeks of the new year of 2026. If you're listening in real time, we are closing out January together. And this episode is your reset, your deep breath, your warm landing spot. Today, we're doing something powerful, but in a gentle, grounded way. No worries, my friend, no worries. We're doing what I'm going to be calling a momentum check-in. This is your invitation to pause, reflect, celebrate the things that did go well, acknowledge what didn't, and then detox anything that feels heavy so that you can walk into February with clarity instead of clutter, mentally and emotionally. But here's the thing. Real momentum isn't built by doing more. It's built by noticing more, noticing what's working, noticing what's not, noticing what needs to be let go. And that's exactly what we're doing today. So let's start here with something honest, okay? January is one of those months that feel both totally hopeful and heavy. It's exciting because why? We're stepping into a new year. And it's also kind of exhausting because our bodies and minds are still recovering from last month, the December, from the holidays, from the travel, from the guests, from the kids, home from school, from all the shifts in the routines, the projects wrapping up, those deadlines, end of year. It's motivating that we all want a fresh start, but it's also slow because why? Our energy just isn't fully in that reboot mode yet. And if you've felt that kind of weird mix of, I want to do everything and I want to take a nap until like March, maybe, I want to assure you, you're not alone and you're not behind. A study of the American Journal of Psychiatry found that people experience a 20 to 30% dip in motivation and energy in January. Why? It's due to seasonal rhythm changes and disrupted routines. 20 to 30%. So if you feel slower this month, you are definitely in alignment with your biology. So what does that mean? That means you are not behind, my friend. And I want to start today's conversation with a quote that I absolutely love because why? It sets the tone for everything we are doing. Momentum grows in quiet places, in small choices, tiny wins, and the courage to begin again. This episode is your quiet place, so let's sit together for a moment. I'm going to tell you a little story from this past week. I walked into my closet one morning to grab something before heading out, and I noticed something surprising. I had actually been putting my laundry away on the same day for a couple of weeks because that's what I do. Not perfectly, but whoever does that perfectly, but consistently enough that I actually noticed it. Which brings me back to my laundry schedule Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And when I stopped and thought about it, I realized something even bigger. My mornings felt lighter, my closet felt calmer, my decisions what to wear, what to grab, they felt so much easier. Why? Because of this one tiny habit. This barely noticed quick 5 minute, where did I say, what, let me just put this away. So it's that moment of, and this is why it matters. The UC Berkeley study found that acknowledging tiny wins increases long-term habit success by up to 48%. 48%. This tiny laundry habit, the schedule that I've created for myself and for the family, it wasn't small, it was foundational. It actually changed how I felt in my space, how the family felt, and how it actually started my day, how cluttered or uncluttered my mind felt. And it reminded me again of something I always tell my clients and to my listeners. You don't need big progress to have big momentum. Tiny wins are what carry you forward more than any resolution ever will. Why does January feel harder than we expect? So now let's actually talk about that honestly. Why does January feel so much harder than any other month throughout the year. And it's not because we're lacking motivation or discipline, right? But there's something called that expectation gap. According to research out of the University of Scranton, 23% of people abandon new routines by week 3 already, not because they're unmotivated, but because they underestimate how long re entry from the holidays actually take. We expect ourselves to hit the ground running, to launch, to reinvent ourselves in 5 days. But our bodies are whispering, please slow down. I just need a moment, just please. I'm trying to recuperate from December. And it's to this something called that winter dip. A study from the University of Copenhagen found that our energy naturally decreases by 18% in the winter months. It's biological, it's hormonal, it's environmental. So your slower pace this month, it's not a flaw, it's not a failure, and it's definitely not a personal shortcoming. It's your nervous system telling you the truth. You ready? This is another great quote. Your pace this month is not a problem. It's your nervous system telling you the truth. So let's honor that truth today, together. So I have here 3 parts of a momentum check-in. All right, and so we're going to we're going to do this together. All right, it's 3 parts. Now that we've all been grounded, let's now like walk through them. Number one, we're going to celebrate what worked. This is where we start always. And I know for many of us, celebrating our wins does not come naturally. This is where we immediately think, this is what we all think, that we didn't do enough. But here's the science about all of this. Harvard Business Review found that celebrating small wins boost next day motivation by 30%. That's pretty good, 30%, just by acknowledging what went well. So let's think back. What tiny thing worked this month? What felt good? What made life easier? Even if it means that you took down your holiday decorations before school started. Simple as that. Or maybe you set the date in the beginning of January that was going to happen. So, what rhythm or habit or choice actually supported you? Now it's time to celebrate it. Do the happy dance. Count on it. Let it matter. Because here's the truth, let celebration be the fuel, not the perfection. So, number one is celebrate what worked. Now, number two is to be honest about what didn't. Because next comes honesty without judgment. This isn't about criticizing yourself, because we are our worst critics. It's about gathering data. NYU research shows that honest, guilt free reflection increases habit flow through by 42%. So you have to ask yourself this. You ready? What felt too complicated? What felt heavy? What felt like it drained you more than it supported you? And where were you like forcing yourself doing something that just wasn't working for you this season already in the month of January? Say it gently. Say it honestly. It's data. It's not drama. Number 3 is clear what you're not taking into February. So you just now asked yourself all these questions. Now you answered them. So now what you want to do is we're going to go do that shift. This is where the momentum actually is built. The University of Chicago found that releasing tasks increases future motivation by 35%. That means letting go does more for you than adding new goals. So ask yourself, I know there's a lot of questions that you need to ask yourself, but let's do this together. What do I not want to carry into February? What can I release? What does not belong in my next chapter? Because this is the truth. Letting go is totally not easy. It's making space for the life you were meant to live. And now this is where we what? We detox. The January detox. This is the detox. It's not about the food. It's not about the fitness. It's not about the restrictions. It's about clearing emotional, mental, and home clutter so you're not dragging unnecessary weight into February. So now let's walk through all those 4 areas. Number 1, check mark. Ready? Detox your schedule. Choose one commitment that drained you this month. Just one. It could be a weekly obligation, a school responsibility. What about a recurring meeting? A social event you never wanted to attend in the first place, or a responsibility you inherited without even choosing it. Like it just came to you, which has happened to me. Behavioral science tells us that removing one draining task reduces mental load by 12 to 18%. 12 to 18% from just one decision. So your schedule should support your life. It shouldn't swallow you. And some of you are probably thinking, yep, it's already January, and yep, I feel like I'm getting swallowed, but nope, we're not having that today, are we? No, we're not, because number two is to detox your home. Yes, detox. Next, your home. Pick that one hot spot, not the whole room, not a closet redo, but just do that one surface. Because if you clear out just one surface, it definitely reduces cortisol, your stress hormone, up to 27%. So, I like always to talk about the nightstand. I like to talk about the clearing of the kitchen counter. Empty out your purse, your backpack, your briefcase. Straighten out your entryway. These are great places to start because why? It will only take you about 5 to 10, max 15 minutes that can change your entire emotional temperature. Small shifts in your environment become big shifts on what? On how you feel. Next, we're going to detox our mind, your mind. This is really big, actually. You want to release that one thought you've been carrying this month that's making everything feel heavy. It could be because remember, we are our worst critics, and if we talk to ourselves and we make it sound like really hard on ourselves, it can actually have an impact. So maybe you're talking to yourself to make yourself, I'm already feeling behind. I can't believe where I'm at already. It's end of January. I'm not actually even close to anywhere where I've been. Here's another one. Everyone else has it all together. Why am I not? I should be doing more now. I don't know why I'm not. What is wrong with me? So some of those are thoughts that are true. Why? Because they're fear. And fear is heavy. And so emotional resets lower decision fatigue by 28%. And that's from a study from the Frontiers in Psychology. So give your mind one moment of relief. You can't grow into a new life with old fears. Number four, we're going to detox your routine. This is it. Finally, your routines. Maybe you built a routine that's too long, maybe too complicated, maybe too unrealistic, or too tied to the ideal version of yourself. You don't have to keep it, my friend. You can just shorten it, simplify it, move it to another time of the day, or maybe actually even cut it in half. Cognitive Science Review found that routine simplification increases consistency by 54%. So, this is where your routines should feel like more of a support and not pressure. So, here's a final recap. Let's take a deep breath and let's recap of what we just covered today. January energy is lower because of what? Biology, emotional reentry, and seasonal rhythm. You were never behind. Trust me when I say that, my friend, you were never behind. You were just adjusting into the new year. Your small wins build real momentum. In fact, they increased your long term success rate by almost 50%. That's huge. Congratulate yourself. A momentum check in has the three parts: celebrate what worked, acknowledge what didn't, because you do have to do that so that you don't carry it on and that will drag you down, and clear what's not coming with you into February. The January detox helps you release what doesn't belong in your schedule, in your home, in your mind, and in your routines. Clearing just that one surface can reduce stress by 27%. Releasing tasks boosts future motivation by what? 35%. Reflection improves consistency by 42%. So here is a reminder I want for you to hold on to. You ready? January is not the test. It's what? It's actually the warm up. and we are just getting started. You are just getting started. So here's your challenge for the week and the final challenge for our January Momentum series. Choose one January detox action, just one. Is it going to clear one hotspot? Will you delete one draining obligation? Will you release one heavy thought? Will you simplify one routine? So when you complete it, I want you to send me a DM, social media at Declutter, DSDECLUTRR, so I can celebrate you. I want to cheer you on for your moment of momentum. My friend, you just didn't survive January. You built a foundation, you built awareness, you built alignment. And February, that's where your rhythm begins. And I will be there with you every step of the way. Until next week, my friend.